Hello friends, welcome back to OSCM video lecture series. In the previous video we discussed on what is production planning and control, different functions of production planning and control, and how does effective production planning and control helps organizations to create and deliver value to their customers and develop competitive advantage. In this video, we will be discussing on what is demand forecasting, what are the different methods of demand forecasting, and how does demand forecasting works as a planning tool for the organization. So let us understand these two terminologies, demand and demand forecasting. So demand is a consumer's desire to purchase products and services and a willingness to pay a price for that specific product or service. Means here when customers are desiring to purchase a product and they are also ready to make payment against the product, then we can say there is a demand for the product and services from the customer's ends. And forecasting is an attempt to predict future outcomes based on the past events and management insights which are based on their experiences. Thus, demand forecasting is related to predicting the right demand. Demand forecasting is related to predicting the demand of products or services which the company is dealing so that supply can be matched with the predicted demand in the market. This forecasting helps in avoiding loss of sales and loss of customers to the competitors due to short supply of product, as well as avoiding losses at organizational level due to overproduction than the demanded quantity. Thus, if demand forecasting is done and if it is close to accurate, it will play a very important function of production planning and control. Thus, we can define demand forecasting as predicting the desire of purchasing of something, may it be a product or service, by the customers in the market so that supply can be planned by the organizations who are striving for creating value for their customers and for their sales by generating profits and return on investment. As we have already discussed that the customers always demand for the better quality of products, availability of the products in required quantity. Products should be available at their affordable price, that is at the market price. Products should be available at their convenience place. Products available should be of better design and feature than any other competitor's product. Organization should also offer faster delivery of the product or services, and the customer should receive maximum value for their money. Thus, if a proper forecasting is done, which is related to above expectations of customers, then the organizations can plan for related things such as the better quality of products requires procurement of better quality of raw material. Required quantity of finished goods requires procurement of right quantity of materials. Product should be available at the affordable price, requires identification of suppliers and negotiation with the suppliers to have continuous supply of high quality raw materials at the lowest possible cost. Then availability of the products at convenient place of the customers will require planning of distribution facility through logistics management for timely supply of products and services at convenience place for the purchase of customers. Better design or features in the product is possible by arranging and supporting research and design engineering department to develop better designs of products. Faster delivery of the products or services can be done by effective designing of supply chain, vendor relationship management, better logistic facility so that the lead time can be reduced, that is reducing the time between placing the demand by the customer and receiving the goods and services by the customer. Value for money is possible by delivering products and services that are matching to the customer's expectations. All these things can be effectively done if forecasting is done effectively, because forecasting provides information through reverse logistics on demand and expectations by the customers regarding the products and services. Thus, demand forecasting can help organizations to take proactive decisions for production planning, and it can also help them to create best possible value for their customers. Thus, the forecasting related to quantity demand from the customer helps the organizations to plan for MRP1, that is material requirement planning, which ensures availability of required quantity and quality of materials at the right time in the organizations as per the production plan. Then is MRP2, which is manufacturing resource planning, that ensures availability of required machines, tool, manpower for the planned production. CRP is capacity requirement planning, that ensures production of required quantity of products through effective utilization of existing capacity of all its resources. May it be the capacity of machines or manpower or entire production plan. If the capacity to match required demand of customer is not available, then outsourcing one or the other value chain activity is required. And then comes is the DRP. DRP is the distribution requirement planning, that ensures distribution of required quantity of products and services at various supply channel levels so as to ensure availability of required quantity and quality of products at affordable price and convenient place of customers. Forecasting has four characteristics, or we can call them as a principles. First is forecastings are usually wrong. It is made for the future period, which is not under the control of anyone and may get affected due to various environmental and business factors. Every forecast should include an approximate error, say plus minus 5%. That is, we can take this into consideration that whatever quantity forecasted, it may be 5% less or more than the actual demanded quantity. If the forecast is made about the family members, then the possibility of accuracy in forecasting is more, as we have certain confirmed information about the family members. That's why forecasts are more accurate if made for families or groups. Forecasts are more accurate for the nearing future. The possibility of error in actual demand and the forecasted demand can be calculated using the formula error is equal to actual demand minus forecast, which is represented as ET is equal to AT minus FT. Forecasting is used as an effective planning tool which provides benefit of achieving short-term objectives such as formulation of production plans to produce required quantity of product, helps to ensure regular supply of materials, that is finished goods, to the market, maximum capacity utilization for the cost effective production, ensuring regular labor availability to match with the daily production plan, ensuring availability of adequate finance for procurement of required production resources. Forecasting also offers benefit of achieving long-term objectives. The first is if there is a consistent supply of highest quality of products and value delivery to the customer, there are great chances of rise in the future demand. Therefore, forecasting can help organizations to make a proactive decisions on setup of new plant and increasing the production capacities. When demand will increase, more skilled manpower will be also required to manage all the production related activities. Thus, an effective forecasting of higher demand will also help in estimation of future manpower requirement. To match up with the increasing investment depending upon the expected rise in the future demand, forecasting also helps organizations to make arrangement for the long-term finance. Demands of certain products and services varies with the season, day of the week or period of the time. Certain products like ice cream, cold drinks, though they are demanded throughout the year, but the demand is very high in summer. Hence, such products fall under the category of seasonality of demand. Similarly, for almost all type of products, demand is always high in festive seasons. Even when we look at the demand fluctuation in a day or in a week can be also called as daily or weekly demand fluctuation. For example, banks and tea stalls have more rush in the morning hours while the supermarkets experiences high demand on weekends. Thus, forecasting helps businesses to maintain levels of materials, manpower and other resources to manage fluctuations in the demand. Now let us discuss on the qualitative techniques of forecasting. There are four common methods of qualitative technique. The first technique is called as the executive opinion. In this method of forecasting, a group of market experts meet and shares their opinion on the market conditions, various other factors which are related to the market, such as trends in the market, change in customer expectations, etc. Based on their discussion, forecasting can be done. The second method is called as the market survey. In this method of forecasting, interviews and surveys are conducted in the market so as to come to understand preferences of the customer so as to assess the forecasted demand. Third method is the sales force approach. In this method of forecasting, each salesperson working in different market location estimate their sales in their region based on their own estimations. Delphi method. In this method of forecasting, the senior management discuss on various aspects related to the market demand, and based on their experiences, a discussion is continued until consensus, that is agreement, is reached among the group of experts. Thus, we can say qualitative forecasting techniques are based on intuitions, judgments, and the formal opinions are obtained from the customers on general business trends and demand from market, which is used for doing forecasting. This is a subjective technique used by the senior management. Production and inventory forecasting is usually depending on demand of a particular item. So the examples like the Delphi method and experts method, which are commonly been used in case of qualitative techniques of forecasting. When the forecasting is done based on the external factors, then it is called as an extrinsic technique. Various external factors such as construction, birth rates, and rise in the disposable income, change in economic conditions at global or the national level. This technique is based on the theory that the demand for the product group is directly proportional to the external factors. Here we can discuss few example of demands which depends upon the external factors. First is the production and sales of bricks are dependent upon the rate of construction that are happening in that particular country, state or district. Sale of electronics as well as the automobiles is depends upon the disposable income. Schools and related material demand depends upon the birth rate. Then comes is the intrinsic technique. It is a quantitative technique which depends upon the historical, that is the past internal sales data records which are available within the company. It is assumed that the trends or demands in the future can be related to what has happened in the past. There are three methods of quantitative forecasting as simple moving average method, weighted moving average method, and exponential smoothing method. The simple moving average method is useful for short range of forecasting. The sales data of 3 to 5 years or up to 20 periods is considered for calculating the forecast quantity. In this method, the average of selected data is calculated as the forecast. The formula used for simple moving average method is sum of demands of previous periods divided by number of periods of data which is considered for calculation of the average. The weighted moving average method is similar to that of the previous simple moving average method. The only difference is that the importance or weightage is given to very latest sales data, as the trends are matching to the latest trends, and it will give more accuracy than the simple moving average method. Here we will try to understand both simple and moving average method with the help of data which is given. In case of simple moving average method, if we take data of all the 5 periods, the sales forecast value that will come to be 3000, which is clearly seems to be wrong, as there is constant rise in the demand month after month. That's why the weighted moving average method is preferred, as it considers only the latest data. In this method, only the latest 3 months data is considered for forecast calculation, and the value comes to be 4000, though it is also not very correct but is still closer to last month's data as compared to the forecasted value obtained using simple moving average method. Exponential smoothing method is a computer-based software method program which is commonly used for short-term inventory control and scheduling of inventory. In this method also, the weightage is given to the latest data and exponential smoothing factor alpha value which is considered is ranging between 0.0 to 1.0. The formula for calculating the new forecast by this method is given as new forecast is equal to alpha, that is the exponential smoothing factor, multiplied by actual demand plus in the bracket 1 minus alpha multiplied by previous forecast value. A smaller alpha value makes the forecast more stable, used when more distant past data is used. A larger alpha value makes the forecast more responsive, that is effective. So let us understand how exponential smoothing method is used for demand forecasting with one small example. The forecast for the month of May was 220, whereas the actual demand for May was found as 190. If alpha value is 0.15, then calculate the forecast for the month of June. If June's actual demand found to be 218, calculate the forecast for the month of July. So the formula for new forecast using the exponential smoothing factor is new forecast is equal to alpha multiplied by actual demand plus 1 minus alpha multiplied by previous forecast. Since we have to calculate forecast for the month of June, we will be requiring previous months, that is May month's actual demand and the forecasted value, which we will put in the formula. So the June's forecast is equal to 0.15 as the alpha value multiplied by 190 as actual demand plus in the bracket 1 minus 0.15 multiplied by 220 as the forecasted demand value for the month of May. Thus, after calculation, the June's forecast value comes to be 215.5 units. Similarly, we will put June's forecast value and actual demand value for the month of July, that can be calculated as July forecast is equal to 0.15 multiplied by in the bracket 218 plus in the bracket 1 minus 0.15 multiplied by 215.5. Thus, the calculation for June's forecast comes to be 215.9. This is how the exponential smoothing method is used to find out the forecast. Seasonality demand forecasting. Many products have seasonal or periodic demand pattern. In such seasonal products, seasonal index is calculated. This index is an estimate of how much demand during the season will be above or below the average demand in one year for the same product. The seasonal index is calculated by using the formula where seasonal periods average demand is divided by the average demand of all the periods. Delphi method, as discussed earlier, it is an expert panel method which is mainly useful for long range predictions, new product and for product development market strategies. The panel of experts are from within the organization, and in this method the coordinator collects the answers for each question asked to each participating expert and summarizes and edits the answers to develop few newer questions. Again, these new questions are asked to the experts and the step is repeated till the satisfied response is collected by the coordinator. Direct interpersonal relations are avoided, so there should be no personality conflicts and dominance by any person in the panel. Now let us discuss on the time horizons and forecasting. The short range forecasting ranges from weeks to 3 months period and are more accurate in terms of prediction based on the facts and figures. The short range forecasting is mainly related to resource purchase requirement, cash requirement for production related things, scheduling work of employees for plant production, job assignments to the managers, planning related to production levels to be achieved to match the demand. The medium range of forecasting ranges from 3 months to 3 years and are fairly accurate as compared to the short range forecasting. The medium range of forecasting is useful for sales planning, production budget planning, launch of new product if demanded in the market, and addition of new technology if technological changes are expected in the nearing future. Long range forecasting ranges for a period of more than 3 years, hence they are less accurate. The long range forecasting is useful for taking decisions on investment in new plant, to manage the future capacities of production, changes in facility location and expansion for effective production and distribution of the product. Long-term planning is also related to launching of new product if demanded in the market and addition of new technology if technological changes are expected in the nearing future. If future prediction on demand is promising, the decision on acquisition of a similar organization can also be taken, or else decision on divestment can also be taken if the prediction is not attractive. Since the demand forecasting is based on the market trend, past and present facts and figures, there are two sources of data which are classified as intrinsic data, the data which is obtained from within the company, for example, previous sales data, reports, forecasts, and actual data difference. Extrinsic data, the data which is obtained from out of the business, such as data collected by different methods on market trends and customers. Thus, the required data for forecasting can be obtained from various sources as follows. The first is the Salesforce estimates. The required data for forecasting is collected based on the opinions of the salespeople who are in market and in contact with the customers. Point of sales data system. The required data for forecasting is collected based on the consumer buying behavior which is observed at the retailer's level. The data can be also collected from the manufacturer's levels who, based on the present trends, can estimate the future trend and expected demand by the customer. The forecast data even can be collected from the supply chain partners such as retailers and distributors who can provide the accurate data based on the experience, and other channel partners including the customers. The B2B portals can also provide various data sources of national and international businesses which can be obtained from the websites of private as well as the government officials. And the third source for data is the trade industry journals, which are published monthly or on quarterly basis, which can also serve as a source of sector-wise data which analyzes trends in the domestic as well as international markets, and this data is useful for forecasting purpose. Then the economic surveys and indicators also provides information on economic trends like consumption pattern, GDP, GNP, per capita income and spending capacity of the customers, etc. Can be used as a source of information for doing the forecasting. And lastly, the subjective knowledge. The senior management or the subject experts can become the source of information which is required for forecasting. A systematic study of present and past scenario can help the top management to take the strategic decisions on long range. Thus, forecasting plays an important role and forms the basis for various decisions which are related to production planning, which ensures production and supply of right quantity of demanded products in the market so as to ensure continuity of supply and customer satisfaction by delivering value to their customers. I hope content of this video is useful to you. If you like the video, then click on the like button and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you and happy e-learning.